Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NASTL. We are over here with Team Liquid against Mouz, and right now Team Liquid is up 2-0. We're going to head into our third game, where Team Liquid will be going up against Mouz's newest recruit, Khaldor.
Well, not quite, but yeah, I actually traveled the space-time continuum in order to be able to cast my own game.
Precisely. Of course, Khaldor is up here in the top left-hand corner as the red Terran. In the bottom right-hand position, we have, I do believe, no, I'm not going to even bother, but this is Liquid Ret. Liquid Ret will be playing over here in the bottom right-hand position as the blue Zerg. It is TVZ on Belshire Beach Winter. Okay, this isn't actually Khaldor. Unfortunately, they didn't want to use, of course, their secret sauce. This is Moro instead. Moro's playing the Terran up here in the top left.
Exactly. Moro was staying at the Gome House for a couple of days, and he needed an account because we only have a couple of different... There are different versions of StarCraft with which you can access the Korean server, and he only has an account for the Korean version, and we have Taiwanese versions in the Gome House, well, quite a lot of them, so he used my account. That's how he ended up, with Khaldor against Red.
Yep. Well, we do have an 11-11, this cheeky bastard. Now, 11-11 is really, really aggressive in this early game stage. I don't think it's all in by any means, but he does need to do some damage against Ret. And at this point, Ret, he looks like he's going up to... Now, it's important. Let's see where he actually gets the spawning pool, because he's gone up to 16. This is okay. Demaga actually goes up to 17, and he's been able to defend against 11-11s, although not too efficiently, but he's still been able to defend against it. But let's see. Yes, he is going up to 17.
At 17 already. And getting the extractor.
Okay. Yeah, that's... Oh. Well, still, I think it's manageable. But, okay, now he's gotten a 17th drone. So this is like going 18 spawning pool.
That is a really, really tough one right now. We have the second barracks finished for Moro, and he is just flying it down to the bottom, and now he has a very, very short distance to the expansion of his opponent. The SCV already scouts the hatch, and wow, Red is in so much trouble right now.
Yep. I have to agree. Now 2 additional SCVs will be on the way. Looks like he is covering this one. There you go. Covering that one Zelnaga tower. But Red, interestingly, doesn't even know that this is coming. His Overlord isn't in place to actually deal with any incoming pressure, but finally it's going to be up. Now finally, oh, bunker is going down. Can he actually get it up in time? Drone should be pulled off. Nope, they're not pulled off. Well, he needs to pull off drones. More drones than that. Only 4. Demaga normally pulls off 7. The first drone goes down. So first blow and GG.
That was a quick one. I did that really, really well, didn't I?
Congratulations, Khaldor. You are going to beat Liquid Ret. Oh my god.
I'm so proud of myself right now.
You're really good.
Well, I mean, I have to say, Red just went super greedy. Usually on a 2-player map like Belshire Beach as a Zerg player, you play a lot more defensive, and I think that Red was just going for the mind games right there.
Yeah.
He thought like, okay, Moro is expecting me to play really, really safe in the early stages, so let's just try my luck, get as greedy as possible. I know that I can defend against any one barracks play, but Moro, he is going for a very, very strong pressure build with 11-11. And there was just nothing that Red could do.
Yeah, I agree. You know, that was such a short game. Can you just load up the next game and we can go into that while I re-talk about that? You know, Belshire Beach isn't really a map that suits 11-11 too well, just because that natural distance is pretty big. So, you know, it is kind of risky, I think, to go that 11-11. I think Rhett wasn't expecting that at all. But we know Rhett does like to play that greedy type of style. And, you know, he did pay for it this time around. But I'm sure if he could redo it, he would have sent a lot more drones, stop that from coming up. But all in all, it was just like his units were slightly out of position. His overlords didn't catch it in time. Kind of unfortunate. A really, really fast game. But I would feel bad if we actually went into a break. So, Khaldor, are you ready to get this 4th game going? It is right now 2-1 for Team Liquid against Mouz. And it's still game point. So we'll go ahead and see how these players do. So the 4th game is going to be Mouse Thorzane against Liquid Hero. Your wish came true, Khaldor. We get to see Liquid Hero playing up against Thorzane.
Yeah, this is hopefully going to be a good one. It's actually our first Protoss versus Terran that we have in this clan war, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, I do want to mention, it's the first time on Tal'Darim Altered that we didn't have a PvP in the NASTL. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. We had a ZVZ once. But other than that, it's all been PvP, so...
You mean on Antigua?
No, on Tal'Darim. On Tal'Darim. Even though this isn't... It's just like a first... Okay. Well, it's a first for everything. I'll just mention that. PvT, though, on Antigua Shipyard. We have Liquid Hero spawning in the bottom right-hand position. Top left-hand position, we have Mouz Thorzane. And, you know, Antigua Shipyard, definitely a map where we normally see gases expansion coming out from the Terrans. We'll see if we see that this time around.
Now, this is going to be a really interesting matchup. I'm especially eager to see how exactly Thorzane is doing in this match. And he's just one of those players. He won the, I think it was TSL 4, I'm not quite sure. But he did very, very well. But since then, he didn't have all that many great accomplishments. He's still a very, very strong player and one of the powerhouses, Terran powerhouses in Europe. But still, really eager to see how he's going to fare against Hero, especially because they've met in the past and they are currently tied with 50% each, 2 wins each.
Yeah, I'm really proud to say that Thorzane will be participating in the NASL Season 3. He finished 4th at NASL Season 2 finals, losing out to Sen, I believe, to the 3rd place, the consolation match. So still a very, very talented player. As you said, won the TSL against Naniwa, who, of course, everybody knows Naniwa and his good manners. But for now, I mean, yeah, we haven't really seen too many results coming out from Thorzane, but don't let that fool you because he is still one of the best Terrans in the European scene.
I actually looked it up. It was the Team Liquid Star League number 3, not number 4. I'm sorry about that. And yeah, it was the only time when he actually won an event. He has a lot of 4th and 3rd places. He finished 3rd at the Blizzard European Invitational 2011 and a couple of online tournaments where he did really, really well. But besides that, he still has to prove himself when it comes down to big international tournaments.
Yep, so we'll see if he does it here. Now, I know Thorzane's style very well. He normally goes for a very, very upgrade-centric type of opening. I've seen him do a lot of 2 barracks, double refinery, and then go straight into an engineering bay and have that up very fast, the +1 attack very fast. But we'll see what he does this time around. He's banking a lot of minerals. And there he goes, puts down 2 barracks. And normally we do see the additional refiners that go down directly afterwards, so we'll keep an eye on him. In Hero's side, he has gone for the 1 gate expansion, which is very, very standard for him as well. And they're going to be just looking to play towards the macro. Whoa, 4th barracks goes down for Thorzane. This normally implies early game pressure, so he will be pushing out with just about 16 Marines, somewhere around there, 12 to 16 Marines. And as soon as he gets that, he'll pressure up on his opponent, really punishes any sort of 1 gate robo after expand.
I really like aggressive play. It's just fun to watch, and as a spectator, it's exactly the thing you want to see. So I appreciate that Thorzane is just spicing it up a little bit and trying to get aggressive. Here, on the other hand, now with the Nexus just being built and in his main base so far, he is only adding the 2nd gateway. And Hero has been struggling a bit against Terran lately. He played the NASL Sunday Showdown, the first one, and he was facing Pold. Yeah. And he didn't do all too well against Pold. He lost 4-1, didn't he?
Yeah, he got completely decimated, I have to say. But, we'll see if he can spice things up this time around. Of course, Polt and Thorzane have very, very different styles. But I like what he's doing with this bunker. This is so deceiving, Khaldor. If ever Hero actually pops up here, he'll see that bunker. He actually already saw the bunker being constructed. It looks like it's a very defensive build. So it's 100 minerals going to just deceiving your opponent. They're going to play a little bit more a little bit more like aggressive in terms of teching because they're not expecting his opponent to their opponent to actually press up. You can see that the Twilight Council, probably Blink is going to be researched. There it goes down right now. And this is going to be a pretty critical timing. He has a little less than 140 seconds to actually push out here. There he goes with the Marines. He has 16 Marines. He couldn't push out right now. But no, we're not going to see that.
Yeah, we only have Hero just moving out with a bunch of Stalkers. He doesn't get a Robo. I've kind of seen a lot of games where we just see the pros player get a Robo as well in order to get that one observer so he can blink up that cliff, but that's not happening. So this time we have Thorzane moving out. The Stalkers are trying to give way, and all those Marines are now being kited by the Stalkers a little bit. They have a superior range, and Hero is making good use of it.
Yep, and look at this. This one little probe is actually forcing all these Marines back. Of course, you don't want a proxy pylon being set down anywhere, but it gives more time for those Stalkers to kite back and forth. It just slows these Marines. I do want to mention that Zenio does have the 2 sentries in the back here, so it can easily force heal off the ramp, put down Guardian Shields, make it very troublesome for Thorzane to continue on with this. But as soon as Blink is up, which is just about to finish, this is going to give all the map control and initiative over to Liquid Hero. That's going to give him a beautiful, beautiful advantage on his opponent, because obviously Thorzane just is not in a position where he can take map control anymore.
Now, Hero did that really well, I have to say, and he could have killed a lot more Marines, but he was moving back. Is now researching charge, so he's going for a very gateway-heavy army right now. He has 3 gateways so far, is not adding additional ones. And when he comes, he's adding another base. He's going for a 3rd base now, and is trying to put a little bit more pressure onto Thorzane to keep him on his 2 bases. And Thorzane, he's just getting upgrades and Marauders. He's going for Concussive Shell, he's getting Stim, he's getting Combat Shield +1 attack. You name it, he's researching it.
Yeah, and that's what we normally see coming out from Thorzane. He has to wait quite a bit, though, until he can just amass the army that he needs to. But as soon as Liquid Hero actually pushes into this main, which he can easily do if he has an observer. I don't think he actually has an observer at this time. He's actually researching charge. No, he's just going to stick on this mass gateway unit composition.
He doesn't have a robo. He doesn't even have a robotics, so he can't blink into the main base. He's just relying now on his economy on the 3rd base, and in regards to his harvest accounts, they are both on equal terms, 52 against SCVs against 52 probes, and more gateways being added. I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see a forge yet, especially with the 3rd base coming up, but he's only getting the Templar Archive so that he has Storm and Archons at his disposal.
Hero needs to be very careful. He's pushing back, finally blinking. You know, Thorzane hasn't really used any of his stims that much, but he does have Combat Shield +1 finishing right at the time where he actually comes in front to his opponent's base. This could be very, very disastrous for Hero, but nice force fields go off. It baits a lot of force fields, though, a lot of energy. He wants to save that for all the Zealots with the Guardian Shield. Let's see if he can actually get anything done. Thorzane's just going to keep poking out here, trying to bait as much as possible and just find out where he stands. The 3rd is up for Hero, and you know, he's just going to try to play defensive from here on out.
Charge is done as well, so Hero is slowly but steadily pulling ahead when it comes down to the income, despite the mules. But now another attack by Thorzane. +1 attack is done. He's going for the armor upgrade, adding ghosts now. Oh, the upgrade. Oh, the force field trapping all those Marines, Marauders, and the Zealots are at the front, trying to clear that up, but still Thorzane going strong. Another round of warp-ins is charging down the ramp, and now it's Thorzane. Has to be careful, but he's doing a good job kiting the Zealots, and this is a really, really tight battle, but Thorzane is coming out ahead.
Yeah, Thorzane's going to win that battle and probably take down this 3rd. Now, reinforcements will be warping in. He's going to back up from here, and I like that decision. He already got the advantage, in my opinion, with all of those units being killed that negated anything that was materialized from this 3rd base. Meanwhile, Thorzane is getting his own 3rd base, but he will continue on the pressure. You can see additional medevacs are being included in this army. He's getting more and more Marines and Marauders. The big question, though, is how does he stop this eventual, you know, army composition with mass Archons? Only Zealots have been made this whole time to stop that push. And now that he's freed up so much gas, he can make mass Archons. And mass Archons against this Marine Marauder composition are really, really good. I mean, going so many Zealots and Archons, you can basically always charge up into your opponent and do a lot of damage. We'll see if Thorzane can actually deal with this appropriately.
He's getting ghosts. He has the first 3 ghosts for the EMPs, and I expect him to add additional ones as soon as he sees how many Archons are actually in the army of Hero. So he's adding the armories to access the +2 attack and armor upgrades as soon as he finishes the +1 armor. There they go, double engineering base being used to get both of them at the same time. And Thorzane, you mentioned it, he's in a pretty good position with 140 against 120 supply. So he occupies the middle of the map, has a third base on his own, and Liquid Hero is just now starting to build a robo to tech and to get those +1 upgrades, while Thorzane is adding 3 additional ghosts.
Yeah, that's probably the most critical thing, having the upgrades over your opponent. You can see Thorzane is at 1-1, Hero is only at 0-0, just now getting the +1-1. So he can't really push out for a while. Meanwhile, 2-2 is being upgraded for the Terran, so that's going to be his push out, in my opinion. He's invested so heavily. It looks like a little bit of harass going on in the left-hand corner. There's a little bit of a warp in it, looks like, or something, but Zealots were able to get all the way over here. They're going to be picked off, but it delays mining quite nicely.
The funny thing is that usually as a Terran player, you struggle a little bit with Protoss players that go for a really gateway-heavy build because they add the double forge that early and use their chrono boost. So they have that timing window where they have quite an edge over you when it comes down to the upgrades. But this time it's completely reversed because Thorzane is now already halfway down with 2-2, while Liquid Hero is just adding his first upgrades.
Thankfully for Liquid Hero, he has taken center control. That'll help quite a bit in knowing where his opponent is going to be attacking into. But, you know, Thorzane is doing the right composition. He's actually only getting Ghosts and Marines. And that's the... Well, he's getting Marauders here and there, but that's exactly where you want to be at when you're going up against a Mass Archon type army. I mean, this is the only thing that he has going from. Also, when you go Mass Archons, there's always Zealots right next to him. Ghosts deal 20 damage against those Zealots. That is an insane amount of damage. I think it's higher DPS than Marines against Zealots with Ghosts. So that's quite advantageous. He's looking so good. He has the perfect army composition. I think that's exactly how he can deal with Hero's army.
And look at that sneaky expansion of Hero at the left side. Is expanding right next to the third of Thorzane. The Mousesports player just finishing +2/+2. Will he take his chance to push out? Now he has so many ghosts. Look at the ghost count. That's 13 ghosts. Wow, I've seen him play with so many ghosts against Zerg, but not against Protoss yet.
Yep, 1-1 against 2-2 at this point, and 2-2 of course.
There's a Warp Prism action in the main base. He's warping in Zealots to attack his opponent. He's going for the supply depots right now.
Yep, it's good harass. It looks like it won't drop Thorzane back. He's going in for the third, it looks like, but he is currently supply capped. There's a lot of great harass that's being done. There are no High Templars on the field. This is beautiful position. Actually, there's one, excuse me. High Templar Storm does go off. Is there any more? That's the big question. This is going to be so hard. Force fields go up, just blocking out these units, trying to delay them as much as possible while those Zealots try to ravage the base, but they finally get cleared up as well.
Yeah, the Archons, they all died. They didn't do any damage at all. There's no big engagement. Nice Storm. But there are so many ghosts for the EMPs. The army is in the back being scanned. There's the Guardian Shield already. The Nexus dies. I'm just waiting for all those EMPs to go down. And look at that stim. This is just, wow. The Hero's army is melting.
Yeah, the EMPs go off. He's actually using Snipe more so than anything else. Now the Colossus are being fired upon. He will be able to pick up this Colossus all the way on the right-hand side. Can he get the other one? Yes, he will. And GG comes out. Liquid Hero is going to fall. That army composition is the scariest thing in the world when you're going a Mass Gateway army. You have so many ghosts. And of course that gets countered by Colossus, but he just was not able to get the Colossus count well enough, and the upgrades obviously favored Thorzane so much. So congratulations to Thorzane. What an awesome game. A great game of, I think, just Thorzane dominated Liquid Hero, and that's not something that you usually hear Liquid Hero ever getting dominated.
And Gretorp, we have an ace match.
Yes, we do, man. So
2-2 in the clan war.
Ooh, baby.
Awesome.
Yeah, best of 3, that means, for all you people that are just tuning in. Now we go to an ace match since it is 2-2. Both teams will send out one ace player, and it will be a best of 3. So when we come back, a best of 3 between Team Liquid and Mousesports to decide the clan war. Everybody stay tuned. Action is coming your way after this break.